you find them at the end of the second Duino elegy. Rilke is thinking of the heart of the ancient Greeks, and is astonished by, I quote, the easy attitudes of human gestures. The Greeks inscribe in their arts something easier, softer than we do. Rilke writes that in these arts, I quote, love and farewell were composed of an essence and no to us. And after all that, which is in the strong relationship between Germany and Greeks, Rilke gives us a kind of artistic program. I quote, find a singular human place pure, determined, self-contained. Certainly, to open a new philosophical way concerning the contemporary arts, we must go, I think, beyond the negative or purely critical vision of artistic creation. We are not today in the situation of the avant-garde of the last century. The classical mimesis or the representative function of art are deconstructed by Malevich, Duchamp, Cage, Joyce, and so on, since a long time, since a very long time, more than 1 century. We must propose a new form of creative affirmation. And that is why I have written a manifest for, excuse the word, affirmationism, which has been recently published in German by my friends. Affirmationism is the desire to go beyond the purely negative or critical function of art, without returning either to classical representation or to romantic or expressive pathos. In the Manifest for Affirmationism, you can find 15 theses on contemporary art. I quote 2 of these sentences. The sentence 2 and the sentence 3. First, art cannot merely be the expression of a particularity, be it ethnic or personal. Art is the impersonal production of a truth that is addressed to everyone. And sentence 3, art is the process of a truth, and this truth is always the truth of the sensible or sensual. The sensible as sensible. This means art is the transformation of the sensible into a happening of the idea. It's in this affirmationist direction that we could meditate with the help of words of Rilke. Easy attitudes, human gesture, love, farewell, purity, self-contained. Today, for this philosophical meeting, I want only to take two words of Rilke: place and opening. What is an art which is not the picture of a place, but an opening of every established place? An art which affirms the possibility of a nomadic thinking, which is beyond closure and identity, not in a negative or critical way, but by the creation of a new universality. In one word, are we able to produce a definition of contemporary art which is faithful to Rilke? Is it possible, really, to find today a singular human place, pure, determined, self-contained? It's just a very simple attempt to do a little part of this program. And my inspiration comes from a very beautiful and, in fact, fundamental poem of the American poet Wallace Stevens. I speak of him like yesterday. The poem, the title of which is Description Without Place. I finally propose to say that a contemporary politics is precisely a politics without place. So we can affirm that contemporary arts are paradigmatic in regard to the possibility of a contemporary politics. In a too short talk, it will be possible for me to say, this is my definition of art. Every work of art, especially every work in contemporary art, is a description without place. An installation, for example, to take an example, classical example of contemporary art, an installation is the description of a set of things outside their normal place and normal relationship between them. So, it's the creation of a place which displaces all things in it. A performance or happening is a sort of vanishing succession of posture, gesture, pictures, voices, so that the action of bodies describes a space which is, strictly speaking, outside itself. And, for example, what is a drawing? A drawing is a complex of marks. These marks have no place. Why? Because in a true drawing, a creative one, the marks, the traces, the lines are not included or closed in the background. On the contrary, the marks, the lines, the forms, if you will, create the background as an open space. They create what Mallarmé names the empty paper, which is protected by its whiteness. In the first case, the installation, the new place displaces all things in it. In the second case, the happening, performance, the new things, the new bodies, displace displace the place. And in the third case, the drawing, some marks create an inexistent place. As a result, in any case,